Probably.
I'm a fun type of girl.
We want baggy stuff.
Very fun.
Tonight, trying to crack something like an egg, scramble something, maybe even you. You trying to get scrambled tonight?
I'm pregnant. I might have scrambled the fucking up.
You got all the eggs, huh?
Yeah. Each and every time.
Easter little bunnies out tonight, trying to crack something like an egg.
I couldn't hear, but I couldn't. Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck she talking about.
Can you read lips good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do mouth something, but I'm not gonna talk.
Oh my god.
Ready?
Suck my dick.
Whoa! You are good at that.
Oh my god.
The funnest.
The internet is in chaos again, and this time, it's a storm of shocking twists no one saw coming. Chrisean Rock has fans doing a double take after appearing with what looks like a fresh set of teeth, sparking rumors of a major glow-up. But while attention is locked on her transformation, critics are raising serious questions about Baby Jr., claiming she's been distracted and distant. At the same time, Blueface is adding fuel to the fire, caught in yet another scandal that's turning heads for all the wrong reasons. Reports suggest he's been unfaithful to his pregnant partner Nevaeh, and the situation gets even more controversial with the involvement of a deaf woman, leaving social media divided and demanding answers. Is this all just clout-chasing drama, or is there something deeper unraveling behind the scenes? With emotions running high and fans picking sides, this story is spiraling fast, and every new detail only makes things messier. Stay locked in, because what's coming next might just change everything you thought you knew just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get any more intense. A new wave of reactions began to flood in, each one more divided than the last. Social media wasn't just watching anymore, it was choosing sides. Some fans rushed to defend Chrisean, arguing that focusing on her appearance, especially something like fixing her teeth, is a sign of growth, a step toward reclaiming her confidence after everything she's been through. They see it as a new chapter, a chance for her to rebuild, to present herself differently, to take control. But others aren't convinced. They're asking a much harsher question: at what cost? Because while the glow-up is being praised in some corners, the conversation around Baby Jr. hasn't gone away, it's only gotten louder. Critics are pointing out moments, clips, and behaviors that they believe show a disconnect, a lack of attention, a worrying shift in priorities. Every small detail is being magnified, analyzed frame by frame, turned into evidence in a court of public opinion that never sleeps. And in the middle of it all is a child who didn't ask to be part of any of this, yet has become one of the most talked about figures in the entire situation. Meanwhile, Blueface's side of the story is spiraling in a completely different direction, but somehow still tied into the same chaotic narrative. The allegations of cheating on Nevaeh, especially during her pregnancy, have ignited outrage. For many, it's not just about betrayal, it's about timing, respect, and responsibility. The idea that someone would step outside their relationship at such a sensitive moment has hit a nerve, and people aren't holding back their opinions. But what really pushed things over the edge was the added detail involving a deaf woman, which introduced a whole new layer of controversy that no one was expecting. Now the conversation isn't just about cheating, it's about exploitation, about intention, about whether lines were crossed in ways that go beyond a typical scandal. People are questioning everything. Was it genuine? Was it manipulation? Was it just another attempt to stay relevant in a world where attention is currency? The lack of clear answers has only made things worse, leaving room for speculation to grow and narratives to clash. As these two storylines unfold side by side, they blur into a single complicated picture. On one end, you have Chrisean trying, at least in the eyes of some, to evolve and change how she's perceived. On the other hand, you have Blueface entangled in yet another controversy that seems to reinforce everything critics have been saying about him for years. And somewhere in between is a network of relationships, emotions, and unresolved tensions that keep pulling everything back into the spotlight. What makes this situation even more gripping is how unpredictable it's become. Every time it feels like things might settle down, a new clip surfaces, a new claim is made, a new perspective goes viral. It's like watching a story that refuses to conclude, constantly rewriting itself in real time. Supporters become critics, critics become defenders, and the truth. It gets harder and harder to pin down. Some are starting to question whether any of this is accidental. In an era where controversy can translate directly into views, clicks, and relevance, there's a growing suspicion that at least part of the chaos is being fueled intentionally. Not necessarily every moment, not every reaction, but enough to keep the spotlight from ever fading. Because in this digital landscape, staying talked about is often more valuable than being understood. But even with that possibility, there's still something undeniably real about the emotions involved. The anger, the concern, the frustration, it's not manufactured for the people watching. They're reacting to what they see, what they believe, what they feel is right or wrong. And that's what keeps this story alive. It's not just drama, it's a reflection of how people interpret loyalty, responsibility, growth, and accountability in the public eye. As the tension continues to build, one thing becomes clear: this isn't just about teeth, or cheating, or even a single controversial moment. It's about patterns. It's about perception. It's about whether people can truly change, or whether they're destined to repeat the same cycles over and over again while the world watches. And right now, no one knows how this will end, because if the past has proven anything, it's that just when you think you've seen it all, something even bigger is waiting around the corner. And just when people thought the story had reached its peak, something shifted, subtle at first, but impossible to ignore. The tone of the conversation began to change. What began as shock and outrage slowly turned into something deeper: suspicion, reflection, and even concern. Because beneath all the drama, people started asking a bigger question: what is really going on behind the scenes? Clips kept resurfacing. Old moments, new angles, things that didn't seem important before suddenly carried weight. Viewers began connecting dots, building timelines, and trying to understand whether all of this chaos was random or part of a pattern that had been there all along. Every live stream, every post, every reaction started to feel like a piece of a much larger puzzle. For Chrisean, the spotlight has never been gentle, but now it feels harsher than ever. The conversation is no longer just about her image or her choices. It's about consistency. People are watching closely, comparing what she says to what she does, trying to figure out if this new version of her is real or just temporary. Some still believe she's trying to grow, that she's navigating pressure most people couldn't handle. But others aren't so forgiving. They see contradictions, mixed signals, and moments that raise more questions than answers. At the same time, Blueface's situation refuses to cool down. Instead, it keeps evolving in ways that make it harder to separate truth from narrative. The allegations, the reactions, the silence in certain moments, it all adds fuel to a fire that doesn't seem to burn out. And the more people talk, the more complicated it becomes. Everyone has a theory. Everyone has a side. But no one has the full picture. What makes this part of the story different is the emotional shift. It's not just entertainment anymore, it feels heavier. People aren't just watching for drama. They're watching because they feel invested, concerned, even frustrated. There's a sense that something bigger is at stake. Something beyond viral moments and trending topics. And right in the center of it all is a reality that's hard to ignore. Actions have consequences, especially when they're lived out in front of millions. The internet might move fast, but it doesn't forget. Every moment stays, every clip can resurface, and every decision can be replayed over and over again. Now the tension is at a point where anything could tip the balance. One statement, one reveal, one unexpected move, and the entire narrative could flip again. That's what makes this so gripping. It's unpredictable, unfinished, and constantly evolving, because this isn't just a story anymore. It's a turning point dot, and now everything hangs in the balance. One move could clear the air or make things even worse. The silence, the speculation, the pressure, it's all building toward something big. Fans are watching closely, waiting for answers, accountability, or at least some kind of truth. But in a world where perception is everything, even the truth can get lost in the noise. Will this finally be the moment things change, or just another chapter in an endless cycle of chaos? One thing is certain: whatever happens next, everyone will be watching.